I think this is part 4, June 4th. I was talking about this tree here, walnut trees, and the substance they produce that is not favorable for peppers and tomatoes. So I guess what happens, the plant will grow up, but right when it's about to fruit, it just dies. It just dies in a matter of a week. So I won't know how contaminated these spots are until in a couple weeks, which is unfortunate if you put on all that time to try to weed these beds and raise these plants and it doesn't produce anything for you. But that's I guess what you get in your first years in a property. So yeah, this arugula is looking nice. I'm gonna have my first bit of it right now. It's really tender. It's quite nice. And otherwise, yeah, some tomatoes, peppers. I got a bunch of different varieties. A lot of the seeds that I collected from my previous garden, and then I got some new stuff also. I got a Cherokee purple tomato. Was really the only other tomato that I introduced. All the other ones I have like there's a different kind of purple cherry tomato if you look back at my other videos. Pretty good. I'm really happy with the germination rate. Not everything filled in fully, but I'm pretty happy with it. These I companion planted with some basil. These are the newest beds right there. These are getting a little bit older, and I don't think the tomatoes they are one of the ones that prefer the composted beds. And these plants are like, I seeded these like a week before the other ones, and they're not, oops, they look a little yellow, so what is it? Whatever they're missing for nutrients, but something. This bed is lettuce, carrots. I actually need to like thin this lettuce a little bit. That's from that was a gift from Lenka that I really enjoyed last year, but I didn't have that many seeds. And that's the thing, I have way more seeds than I can plant. These beds have been, I was describing the methods. It's a lot of work. It's tiring. It probably would take me to make each one of these beds, like without adding the compost, probably takes me half an hour, 45 minutes. And then to fill in a bed with all the I heavily composted these parts. These beds right here are really high, so that would take another half an hour. So this year has just been a lot more work than the following years will be, just because I had to build all the beds. Next few years will just be a matter of adding amendments to it. Here, these tomatoes are looking pretty good, pretty big down the line. Here I got some radishes. The radishes were really nice, those little red ones. Got a couple of turnips that look solid. Look at this one. Bam. Nice purple color. More tomatoes in this row. I think these are the husk cherries there. Yeah, that's a husk cherry. Sydney's favorite. That was her request. And then we got this Napa cabbage like thing here that's already going to seed, and I think what we learned with this is that it's been really spiky on the edges. The spikes are kind of going away, but it was really spiky up until a couple days ago. But I think now the plants are going to seed, and what we learned is that with these, you got to start them inside and have them reach maturity and fill out. If you just know what a Napa cabbage looks like, it doesn't look like that, because it hasn't had enough time to like come into its own. And the temperatures have been too hot for it to develop that layered structure, and it's just gone to seed. So it's got to come to maturity in cooler weather. And underneath these, I'm just gonna probably chop all these down. I don't even know what to do. They're not even that good to eat. And underneath, I've got beets, which are looking pretty good, but now I think they're just being overtaken by the cabbages. I just need to get the cabbages out of here.